One of the things that a lot of people have asked me over the last couple of years is where I've bought a lot of the parts from that I've used on my Night Rider car. So what I'm going to do in this video is walk around the entire car and tell you where I've purchased everything from, because this is one of the things when I first got into building a kit car, a Night Rider car, and I was doing all of my research, that was one of the things that I couldn't really easily find out, where you actually buy all of this stuff from. So I'm going to walk around the car as fast as I can, but I'm also going to tell you where I've bought everything that I've used on the car so far. There's still a couple of things to do and finish on the car, as you probably know, but what you see here, I'm about 99% finished. So if we start at the very back, first of all, the car did come with a few bits already on it, as you might already know. It did come with the wheels. Okay, these are the 14-inch turbocast wheels with the caps. It already came with the wheels and the caps, so I didn't have to worry about them. The tyres I bought from obviously like a local place here. I paid, I think, about £60. No, it was more than that. About £75 per tyre. So it worked out, I think I paid £300 for the entire set. So that was my tyres. But obviously you can get tyres from anywhere, pretty much anywhere in your local area. All right, the actual section here, these rubbers, I bought these from Rock Auto. All of the rubbers and the seals that I've replaced on the car were from Rock Auto. rockauto.com, I think it is. That's where I got a lot of my stuff. And everything seemed to fit quite well, especially this one. I think this was actually quite expensive. I think I paid, in fact, I'm not going to say what I paid for it because I honestly can't remember, but it comes in like a massive great strip, and then you may have to trim it a little bit. You just cut it in the middle like that. So I bought that from Rock Auto. That's my rear trunk seal. The rear plastic, the rear blackout, I actually got this from a local company. They sent me a big rectangle section, and then I had to cut this out. I've got a template upstairs above my garage which is made out of hardboard, so I fitted the hardboard section first, and then I overlaid the cardboard onto the plastic and then cut the plastic. The rear bumper, I believe this is a 1984 rear Night Rider bumper. I got this second hand from a guy in London, and that was where I got my Pmd seats from. And all I did was I gave this to a body shop and he sprayed it for me. So it came out quite nice. It was a bit of a mess when I bought it, but yeah, it's quite nice. All the plastics were already in the car, so I've not really had to do anything to them apart from just spray them tan. Moving on, so I've got quite a few things to cover, so I don't want to hang around. The carpet. This is a Sandstone Carpet. I bought that from Rock Auto. So that was quite expensive. I think that was a good few $100s. So the carpet is from Rock Auto. The seat material. Now I love this seat material. I think this is a really lovely type of material. It's like a velvety kind of material. It's really nice. Now it may not be the exact material that they had in the 1982 Trans Am from Night Rider, from the actual TV show. However, I really like this one, and it is very close. At a glance it does look very, very close, but I like this material. It really is nice. So I bought this from Rock Auto as well, I believe. Carpet from Rock Auto. Seat covers from Rock Auto. I got a local place, a local company here where I live, to actually strip off the old seats and put the new material on. Plus they put some foam in the seats, plumped everything up, and this is the end result. As you can see, really, really nice. The rear seats were already in the car, so all I did was, again, I gave these seats to a local upholsterer, as well as the PMDs, and he just basically covered everything. The mats, these are actually Night Rider mats. That one's not a Knight Rider mat, but I've got them. In fact, I've got them over there. I will show you what they are. There you go. The Knight Rider mats I bought from, let me think, Night Passions. I bought the mats from Night Passions. I bought quite a few things from Night Passions. Now, I will say, before I go any further, at this point making this video, I'm going to tell you where I bought things from. Now, I do apologise if you contact these same vendors or go to these same places and try to get what I've purchased, and they might not have that particular item in stock, or they may have discontinued it. Now, obviously, I apologise if anything like that happens. I obviously have no control over what they decide to discontinue, but I'm just telling you where I got everything from. I'm sure a lot of these places will continue to sell things. So going back, so they're my Knight Rider car mats. I bought them from Night Passions. I believe I paid about 150 euros, I think, for them. So I've got one for my driver's side, one for passenger side, and I've got two rear ones like this. Yeah, two small rear ones. Really, really nice. The door panels. I bought the door panels from a place called Hawks Motorsports in the USA. Yeah, great place. They've got a website. You can go there and look at lots of different things. They sell a ton of different styles of door panels. You can buy lots of stuff from there. And as far as I know, they specialize in the 3rd gen Firebirds. So they've got tons and tons of stuff. These particular rails, you may have seen these before. Well, you would have if you know much about the 3rd gens. These tend to look a little bit tatty after a while, after quite a few years. So these are brand new. As you can see, they are, quite nice. Again, not very cheap. I bought them from Hawks Motorsports as well. So I bought them and the panels from Hawks Motorsports. And I bought these little grommet things that go in there. I think I bought those from there as well. The trim, the L trim, I actually got off a friend of mine. He sold me the L trim and these and this section here. Because my car's a 1987 and these are a 1982 style door. So I had to fit a bracket in there in order to fit them on, but I'm not going to go into that. The seals around the outside of the door, again, these are from Rock Auto, brand new, all the way round. They fit pretty well, but it does take a while, I will be honest. It takes a while for you to be able to shut your door properly because the rubbers take a while to get soft. When you put them on, it can be difficult to shut your doors for a good few months. I mean, even now I have to shut my doors with a little bit of force in order for them to fully close. But just expect that because that's something that's just happened to me and my doors. I guess that's just the way it is whenever you fit new seals, especially to these older cars, because these are like 30 odd years old now. Now going inside, I'm going to quickly cover this. I'm not going to talk about the scanner. I will turn my scanner on in just a second. The lower console and the upper console. The lower console I bought from Knight Rider World, and the upper console as well. Again, apologies if you can't get the same parts from there, but I've bought some great parts from those guys. I think he's got an eBay store or an eBay shop. So Knight Rider World for the lower console. This is the version which allows your ashtray to remain free. Okay, because it goes round the side of the ashtray, and also it allows your handbrake to be free as well. Now I needed that. That's really important for me because I don't want to always rely on leaving it in gear so that it doesn't roll away. Just as like a safety precaution, I wanted to be able to always use my handbrake, so that was just a personal preference of mine. But yeah, all the buttons there. This is a completely screen accurate lower console. Yeah, and they actually work as well. Okay. All the buttons push down. They're my windows. and these buttons all work. The upper buttons as well, the upper console is from Knight Rider World. Yeah. So they all work. Now the actual gull wing and the front section, the actual main dashboard, was already in the car. So when I bought the car, this was already in it. So obviously I've not had to go and buy anything. I've not had to go and buy a main dashboard. I was lucky enough for that to still be in the car when I bought it, because it was kind of like a Knight Rider car, but it was a terrible conversion. I pretty much had to start again. So I've had to, well, one of the things I had to do was refurb the dashboard, because a lot of the countdown lights didn't work, the TVs didn't work and everything. It was a bit of a mess. So yeah, that's the electronics on the inside. The upper section, the actual foam section here, I bought that off eBay. The actual plastic underneath it was already in the car. Now I believe when you, again, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that most of the time this is just like a soft material when you get these in the car. This one's actually fiberglass, so you can use the mold, you can use the shape, use the mold and get a fiberglass T section made up. Obviously if you don't have a T-bar, then that's going to be different. It's probably going to go right over your entire roof section. But if you've got a T-bar like me and you want it in tan like this, then you will need either a plastic or a fiberglass upper section. That's all plastic, because you need to you're going to need to fix this up. Okay, so as far as I know, this does need to be fiberglass or plastic. Now the seat belts I bought from ebay.com. These were really difficult to try to get hold of. It took me months to find these, but make sure they're tan. I see so many Knight Rider replicas around, and they have a lovely cream interior, but then they have grey seat belts or blue seat belts. Now, you know, of course, it's everyone's personal preference, but I just think it looks best. It looks so much cleaner, and it just, you know, so much more crisp on the inside if you've got nice tan seat belts, which then match to the rest of the interior. The joystick I bought from eBay, that was like £8 or £10. The seat belts, I think I paid something like $450 for them. It was extortionate. Plastics on my Pmd seats, I got those when I bought my Pmd seats. The Pmd seats I bought from a guy in London, which came with my rear bumper, as I've already said. So the sleeves I bought from Hawks Motorsports, and obviously that's part of my seat belt, which comes with that section, and obviously my upper section there. The actual guides I bought from a friend that was on one of the Facebook groups. I think I paid £30 for them. Oh, so where are we? That is pretty much it for the, oh, one last section. These here, one of my favorite parts of the entire car. I think it really sets off the interior, and whenever you open the door, I think it looks really nice to have this little feature there. The plates, the sill plates. I bought these, I believe, from Knights of Kentucky. I think it's Knights of Kentucky or Knight Industries of Kentucky, I think, something like that. But anyway, you can Google it and you can find them. I bought them from him. Really, really cool. Really nice sill plates. And I'm sure you'd agree, they look really nice. And they really give it a nice finish when you look at the interior of the car. Loads of people have commented on them and said that it's a really nice feature that I've used to just really finish the car off. Seals on my T-bar. Yeah, I've sprayed these. I've put brand new seals there, brand new seals there, brand new seals in there, brand new rubbers, seals all the way around there. a brand new T section at the top. I got that sprayed. I've had all of this sprayed at the top there, so this is all brand new. Where are we? Moving on. Right, the actual hood. It has to have the scoop section there. When I bought the car, it had a fiberglass hood. Now that was prone to cracking at the front. So what I did is I spent quite a few months searching around for a proper steel one. I managed to get a steel hood and I got it sprayed. The hood cost me, in fact, I did a few little deals and I managed to get the hood for quite cheap. But I then got it sprayed at a local paint shop, and that cost me, I think it was £550 to get this spray, just the bonnet, yeah, just the hood. So yeah, not cheap. Also, I've got the vents in the side here. They were already on the car because when I bought the car, as I said to you, it had the wheels, it had the front dashboard, it had these, it had the vents. So it had a few bits and pieces already on it. Now moving around to the front, in fact, what we'll do now, we'll just quickly put the scanner on and I'll show you the scanner in action. I'm trying to go as fast as I can. I don't want to make this video too long, but at the same time, I'm sure you understand that it does take a bit of time to walk around the car and explain things, because I want to try and be as clear as I can. As I said, a lot of people never really do this. They sort of just show you the car and just say, right, there you go, but don't really explain where they buy everything from. The scanner, this scanner is brand new. I bought this, I purchased this from the USA. This is actually a Night Scanner's scanner. Yeah, so if you Google it or go to one of his Facebook groups, his name is Chris, but again, apologies. I mean, I'm making this video in February 2021. Now, apologies if anything's changed, but I spent a lot of money on this scanner. I think I paid over $1,000 on this scanner because it comes with a proximity sensor, which I have to fit in the car at some point, but I've not done it as of yet, but I will do. It comes with a proximity sensor, it comes with a speaker and built-in voice, different phrases. Yeah, so you can set it up so if people come within a certain distance of the car, it will go off, and then you can make him say particular phrases whenever someone comes close to the car, and you can customize that. So it's a really good, clever feature to have. Very, very good technology, and I'm sure you'd agree that the scanner looks pretty good. This is an LED scanner. I know it wasn't cheap. I paid over $1,000, but trust me when I say it is one of the best parts of the entire car. It really does look good, especially when it's dark. It looks absolutely brilliant. So what we'll do is quickly turn the scanner off, and then we'll move around the other side of the car and we'll carry on. So that's my scanner, just there, look. I'll push the button and it goes off. Oh, one thing I did miss is the center console. I want to try and cover everything. This center console I purchased from a guy in the USA. I think I paid $125 for the center console, but obviously it was a mess. It wasn't black, it was a complete mess. If you go back on some of my older videos, you will see the condition of it. It was really bad. I sanded it all down, took it to a local paint shop, and he sprayed it. And this is like a matte, no, was it matte? I think it was like a matte black finish. The Night Industries gear, this actually comes off, so I will just show you that. I've not glued it on yet. I've not actually properly fixed it because I've still got a few bits to do in the car. I purchased this, I think I got this from Night Rider World. It was either Night Rider World or it was Knights of Kentucky. I can't remember. But anyway, that doesn't make too much difference. So Night Rider shifter knob there. Obviously mine's a manual gearbox, that's why the button doesn't work on top there. Joystick we've covered, and this lid here. This lid is actually a newer lid than what was on this when I bought it. However, this still isn't in perfect condition. You can buy these armrest lids. from Hawks Motorsports. I think they're about 150 bucks. I probably will buy one. I will treat myself to a brand new one at some point, but for now that works fine. I'm not going to change anything else on that section at the moment because it all is absolutely fine, and I've got other things I need to buy before I start spending money on that. So moving on, oh dear, where are we next? Okay, so what we'll do, we'll go around the front of the car again. The actual nose, this is a classic, I don't know if you can see, the light isn't brilliant down this part of the garage. Again, this is a really lovely style of nose in my opinion. This is actually a classic season 2 nose, I believe. So yeah, really nice. I have not even got round to spraying this yet, and it still looks quite nice. As you can see, I've polished it a few times, so it's come up quite shiny. But that's what I've got. Again, it wasn't cheap. I think I paid something like £650. By the time I had it shipped to my house, I think it was almost £700. But again, apologies if you run into any problems and you can't find them. I got this from Night Passions, so you can contact Night Passions. Really great nose, really pleased with this. And the lights, almost forgot the lights. These fog lights here, those two are my side lights, okay, and then the end one is my indicators. I bought all of these lights from eBay. A friend of mine recommended to buy them off eBay. They were about £22 each. In fact, they were about £22 for a pair. So I've got 6, like 3 pairs, and I think it works out like £70 for 3 pairs. And that's where I got them from. Moving on. Again, that's just the engine. I've not really done anything in the engine, in all honesty. I've cleaned a few things up, but I've not really cleaned the engine that much, because until I've finished the entire car, I don't really want to focus on the engine. But I have given it a little bit of a clean now and again. Right, so where are we? If we come into this section, just a little bit more left to cover in the video, and then that will be it. So I've already covered the door panels, yeah, all my handles and everything, the seat belts, the seats, the carpet, the rugs, my sill plates, my plastic. You probably can't see much in there, but I've got some electrics in there. Oh, a voltmeter. You see a voltmeter just there? Okay, I've got 12.1 volts at the moment. The voltmeter I bought from eBay, it was like £4. I've got 2 SD cards readers down there. Well, not SD card readers, they're media players. They are for my TVs. Yeah, they're for my TVs. I've also got an intelligent split charging system which charges my leisure battery when I drive the car, and it puts an equal distribution of charge between my leisure battery and my car battery when I drive the car. So it isn't like some split charge systems where it only charges up the battery, which is the most flat. This one always equally distributes the power between the both. So if you do get any problems with any of them not charging up properly, you're never going to have an issue of one battery charging up more than the other, because this always distributes the power equally at all times, which I think is quite a good little feature to have. Okay, so moving around the back, what have we got here? Again, in the back of the car, I've got my electric system. This little piece of material here is just the leftover material that I had from the upper section, the T section. Lastly, what we're going to cover is where I got all of this from. Okay, this is an inverter. This inverter came, well, it didn't come with anything. Basically, the company that did some electric work for me, that actually installed this leisure battery and connected everything up to the intelligent split charge system, they also put me in this inverter and wired everything up to my TVs. So they they actually sold me this. They provided the inverter, and they also did all of this wiring as well. I bought the leisure battery. The leisure battery was like £140. As I said, they provided the inverter, and that is my extension there, and those plugs are just for my media players. As I said, all of these plastics here were already in the car. All I've done is sprayed them like a tan colour, so I can get them to match the rest of the interior of the car in the best possible way. I don't know if I'll be able to pull this off so you can see. Oh, there you go. This came off quite easy. So that might, there you go. So that's how you want the back to be. Well, this is how I've done mine anyway, and this is how I was told to do mine. These come with covers, which are Trans Am lights, proper Trans Am lights. And I think these were off an 84 Trans Am. Before I put these lights on, the lights that came off were obviously an 87, because this car is a 1987, and I had the wrong lights on the back. So when I bought the car, the piece of plastic, which wasn't that piece of plastic, it was a different piece of plastic which is upstairs. The way they had put the blackout onto the lights was they basically screwed the plastic onto the frame of the light, and it looked really, really bad. That isn't a very good way to do it. So I had to get some proper Night Rider lights, these particular style of lights, so that when you put the blackout on, it sits nice and flush and everything looks nice. All I've got there is like a little runner, a little plastic runner. I'm not going to go into that because I've explained that in a previous video. You can go back and watch that. But that is pretty much everything and where I've purchased everything. I'm just trying to think if I forgot anything before I end this video. I've tried to cover everything the best I can so that I don't leave any unanswered questions. The hood, as I said, I got to deal with that, and I just sprayed it. It cost me like £550. The car mats, these car mats are important. Although they're not anything to do with Night Rider, it's important that you still have mats when you drive the car. I bought these off eBay. I think they cost me like £15. I wanted to make sure that they're still cream, because I didn't want the car mats to really stick out when people look through the window. Because when I drive my car, I always use these mats. I never ever use my Night Rider mats, never. They're just for show. So if I go to car shows, I'll put the Night Rider mats in and I'll take them out, and I'll probably just put them at the back somewhere in a piece of, in like a blanket or something. I hope that's helped anyway. And I hope that, you know, if you've had any questions about where you can get all of this stuff from, I hope that has now helped. So yeah, most of the car is brand new. Most of the car has also been fully resprayed as well. So I'm really happy with it. I just wanted to put this video together to answer a few questions, or probably quite a few questions actually, with regards to where you actually get this stuff from. Because I remember when I first bought this car almost 2 years ago, I had absolutely no idea where to buy any of the parts from. So that is the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. Got lots more cool videos coming up. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, just hit the thumbs up if you did like the video. I will really, really appreciate it. Look forward to speaking to you again very soon in another video. Take care.